everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Facebook Live for the event industry. I am Jen Singer, Jen Luna, whatever name I want to be going by this week. I can't seem to identify if I want to be going by my married name or my maiden name. Who knows? Who knows these days? Well, I started my business, Jen Singer Events, because I had a hard time naming my business, and I ended up just defaulting to my name, and I wasn't married at that time. And then I'm legally Jen Luna, so it's all confusing. I guess I should just should add it. Plus, I've been in the industry so long that I've always been known as Jen Singer, so it just feels weird to let that go. I mean, I've known you since
I was Erin Regan.
Since you were Erin Regan, and I always just think of you as Erin Regan. I know. Wait, how long have we known each other? Since I was at the Timken, 2006.
Yeah.
So
that's when I started at what was then Classic.
That's 13 years ago. 14. Yeah, 14. I can't do math. 14 years ago.
Yeah.
I hope they go back, open the schools, because I can't even teach kindergarten math.
I think that's first grade. There was a carry of 1 in there.
Okay, good. Okay, I just have to count. All right. I just jumped in and started talking and didn't have you introduce yourself.
We've known each other for so long.
I know. I have other people tuning in. I'm like, who's there? We're just chatting. Okay. Who are you? What do you do? How do we know each other?
So I'm Erin, one of 2 Erins at Bright. I'm Erin Regan Kaminski, and I am the director of sales at Bright Event Rentals. And I have been with Bright, which acquired Classic. So I've been with Bright Classic since January of 2006.
Wow.
I know, 14 and a half years. And before that, I was a client of Classics. So I worked in fundraising. I was development and special events director for the YMCA and Encinitas.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I was a client, and they did our events. And I had that position for 2 years, and I just got to the point where I was so bored. I could have done the job in my sleep, because it's just the same calendar year after year after year. And I was like, I can't do this. And so I said it to my event director, the girl that I worked with, who was at Classic. I was like, I think it's time for me to do something different. And she was like, oh, okay, come on down. And that was it was pretty cool. It was meant to be. I love it. I can't imagine doing anything else. It's great.
No, you're perfect for the role and the career that you built there, and the amazing balls that you juggle with all the things. It's crazy. Okay, so one of the things I ask a lot of people that have come on the program on Fridays is just kind of what are the ways that you're finding, the Bright is finding to connect with vendors and clients, planners or other clients that you guys have. What I've seen some stuff, but maybe you guys want to speak to it specifically, ways you're reaching out.
Yeah, I think everybody would agree it's been hard. We're also used to being together. So I've really enjoyed a lot the network events, the industry networking events, like the MPI and the NACE and the ILEA. I think those have been really nice. Between Erin, she and Bianchi and I, we try to get to all of them, because it's just so nice to see faces. So I really have enjoyed those. And then we've done a lot of Zoom or FaceTime meetings with people, which is nicer than just an email chain back and forth. And then we now are doing showroom visits by appointment only, which is, it's like, oh my gosh, thank goodness we can actually have people come and visit us. So we've had a lot of mostly brides that are coming in to pick out what they want for their weddings, whenever those are going to happen. And it's been fun. We've done a big remodel of our warehouse, and so we're excited to bring people back to show. That's been a huge project, and it's been amazing to have this time that we've been able to do it. So we're excited to bring back our partners that really know how we operate and show them the changes that we've made, because I think it's really exciting. It's super, dorky, like truck packing stuff. But for me, like we all get excited about it.
No, I mean, I feel like you guys had like one of the most well-oiled machines to begin with, where I remember, I mean, so like, can you speak to any of that, or is it privy for
like we've added some aisleways. We've changed just kind of the placement of certain things. The back side of the warehouse, the far side, it had like a lot of small work areas. And so we've changed where the racks were to make one large work area instead. Just streamlining efficiencies for the most part. Like tent piping, like, I mean, just very, very kind of industry specific stuff that we've changed the way that they're organized, the way that they're stacked, the way that it's where the rack, just that kind of stuff. But it's exciting and it'll be fun to show everybody. The changes.
Say that like once you guys, I mean, I can't remember what it was like when it was classic, but I know one of the things you spoke to when I toured like last year around this time is that it was, you guys went through and like reorganized things, and it was seriously like the cleanest warehouse for rentals that I've ever seen ever. I mean,
it's still like, it is like, yes, for sure, but it's like we've changed even the direction of some of the racks. So like just the streamlining of stuff, like in that sense, that we wouldn't have ever been able to do when we were doing high volume of deliveries. But we have the luxury of putting everything on the floor, and it's been a giant, mess of everything in the way, but we've been able to do it because
no one's renting too much stuff right now.
No one's renting anything. Well, we have been doing some stuff. We've been doing a lot of tenting for like hospitals and biotechs, and we've been doing this week has been bonkers with the phone with restaurants trying to add patio seating for outdoor dining. But I mean, in comparison to what it would have been like in May and June and July, it's, you can't, it's not, I mean, there's no comparison.
Yeah.
The other thing that we've noticed, people just, because our pace has slowed down so significantly, I find that, people have time. Like, I'm old enough that I still like to talk on the telephone, and like I find people like have time to talk on the telephone just to like catch up. Like, it's not just a quick email about, could you update this to be this,
how you doing?
People are like willing to like actually talk because we're not just racing.
Well, yeah. And I also think I feel like pre-kids too, once you take on bigger roles in your career and you have kids, like the amount of time to actually like catch up. I used to be on the phone. Like, I love the phone. I mean, like one of the things I would do is like catch up with girlfriends who like moved out of San Diego, and I loved it. And now I don't have, I didn't have that much time, but now I'm like, oh my God, can I talk to another adult about, I don't know, something besides potty training?
Yeah. Or just about potty training.
Or just about I mean, not trying to convince you to potty train, I guess I should say. Like, you're not my 2-year-old and I'm asking you to potty train. But no, the woes of potty training for sure. And just to be able to, I don't know, just to connect and see how other people are doing, or I don't know, just catch up and share funny stories too. That's been nice. What has been a big takeaway for you guys in terms of, new processes, things that you've had to develop now that you might integrate? It might be like a safety thing or maybe an operation thing. I think you were speaking to this a little bit, in terms of like scheduling, being able to have more flexibility. I find a lot of companies are finding ways to work remotely or even operation wise. Has there been things that you guys have developed that you think like maybe this could carry on once we get through all this craziness and,
I would say probably two things. Like, one, because versatility and like cross-training employees, I think we've really noticed how significant it is to have people that are good at wearing many different hats.
Yeah.
When this all hit, we went down to 7 employees for the entire San Diego office, and everyone else was put on furlough. And, like our assistant warehouse manager, he's an amazing, amazing guy. And Bright has a history and has a real strong commitment to promoting from within. And so our assistant warehouse manager used to be our loading crew supervisor, and he used to be one of our lead drivers. So he is someone who knows how to install a structure, who knows how to, pack trucks, who knows how to run the warehouse. And so it's like, oh my gosh, the value that adds to the company is so significant that he can do so many different things. I have learned how to answer the phone and transfer calls. So, like we all are having to do more than one duty. And so I think that that's something that has been, for sure, a new kind of priority in not just having people stay in their lane, but really having people who can be versatile and who can contribute in a variety of ways. So I would for sure say that's something that I think will be high priority moving forward. I think the other thing that has been like a real, I don't know if it's like a new thing, but like it's something that's really, I don't know, felt significant to me. Bright has a real, I don't know, commitment to like treating people well, not just, like employees and clients, and really a commitment to like kindness and honesty and golden rule, like treating others the way that you want to be treated. And so there's been a huge commitment and leadership from our CEO for real honest and kind communication with our team members. And I have sincerely admired that. But also with our clients, like it's been really hard to have those very sad conversations with brides specifically, where they call and they're just like, what should I do? I want to get married in August. And I'm like, like I have this one, she's the sweetest girl, and she was supposed to get married on like March, I think 20th, 21st, whatever that real first weekend was.
Yeah, my birthday was on the 23rd, so I turned 40, so I very much remember it was like everything was shut down. They're like, you cannot go anywhere.
You cannot do anything. Don't even go to the grocery store.
No, it was like, don't even go to the grocery store. Don't think
about Costco.
Don't go get coffee. Don't go get anything.
No. So this sweet girl, she was supposed to get married that weekend. And she had this, like, one of our beautiful sailcloth tents booked. She was getting married at a golf club in Rancho Santa Fe, and, had been planning for a year and had to postpone. And so she postponed till late August, I want to say. And the golf club has said is closed or is not doing, like, so she found another venue that is a restaurant that has, a big front grass lawn. And then, so she says, I'm moving forward. I have 20 people. They say they can accommodate this because it's just food service, like no dancing, no cocktail hour, just dinner. And she's like, I want to do it all. And I was, we start, okay, we'll make this happen for you. If we're going to be in compliance with restaurant, outdoor dining, like, and then I realized, like, I have to submit a fire permit. Does this girl want me to call the fire department and tell them that we're putting up a tent for this girl's dinner? Well, it's like this awful conversation, but it's not fair for me, even though it's, we would really love the revenue to set up a tent for her, and it's what she wants.
Yeah.
But I had to call her and have that, like, honest and kind, I'm putting her first, and conversation where we said, I said to her, I just laid it out. And so she decided it's not worth it. She's going to move to this little back. They have this like back secret garden kind of an area. So she's going to move back there and just be out of sight and keep it low key. And she just kind of said, like, I got to the point where I want to move on with my life. Like, I don't want to keep punting and keep putting everything on hold. Like, I'm ready to have this behind me and be married. And I think it's kind of like, I am thankful that I work for a company who prioritizes the people, truly prioritizes the people. And I think that's been really, really, it's been this awful experience has been a very good reminder about that.
Yeah. I think it's definitely brought us all closer in ways too, among vendors and just our relationships that we already had and just like how important they are. But yeah, I mean, just speaking to your client experience and other people I've talked to that had similar experiences, is it like just that letdown, of like, okay, we can move the needle, like, it's devastating. And then all of a sudden, like things are just like not really changing and you're still stuck in the same place. And it's almost like you can only get let down so many times where it's just, to get back up, it sounds like that bride, like, was like, okay, I'm going to get back up. It's not what I wanted. I'm going to dust myself off. This is going to be second best, third best, fourth, like, it's just, it's got to be something that first as big of a day as someone's wedding to just, feel like it's like I don't know, like there's an empty hole or something like that. You don't really feel like it's right.
From like 150 people in this like gorgeous tent at a golf club in Rancho Santa Fe to like a little back patio garden for 20 people. Like it's not, it's not what it's all about, saying your vows and everything. But on the other hand, like it would be and those sad and hard conversations have been exhausting. And a couple of the wedding planners I've talked to just say that like at the end of the day, they're just like so emotionally spent from having these sad letdown conversations just again and again and again and again.
Yeah. Especially when there's nothing you can do, like,
in terms of experts. Like I'm used to having like being able to give good advice. And right now, the only good advice I can give is like, I don't know when.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard.
Well, to your earlier point about the being able to wear many hats, I think that's a great attribute for any team to adopt. I come from like a long time in the restaurant industry. And one of the things I've always discussed with my husband, that's actually how I met him, is through the restaurant industry. We worked at the same restaurant together. He was actually my boss, but that's a whole nother story. Is that, okay, we have so much in common. It's crazy.
I was his boss.
Oh, you were the boss. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was not the boss. That's amazing. Is that what was really successful for some of the restaurants I worked at is where there was that versatility, where someone wasn't like, oh, I'm just the hostess, or, oh, I'm just a server. Someone else is going to have to help you, where people can jump in and say like, what do you need? And that's what I've always tried to train volunteers or even my own staff of like, don't say like, oh, that's the catering company, or, oh, that's this, like, kind of verse yourself on anywhere where you could be a problem solver. So you're not just saying like, oh, that's not me. I can't do that. I don't do that, And
I think people at this point are so, especially in our industry, like people are so thankful to be working.
Yeah.
That it's not like how I can't imagine hearing somebody say, that's not my job.
Yeah. You're like, you're lucky you have a job, buddy.
You have a job. Because most people don't right now, and it's so sad.
I know. All right. Okay. Speaking about more positive stuff, what, are thinking to the future, like we're just going to imagine this is like going to go away eventually. Yeah. And it will. I mean, we're going to eventually get through this, not tomorrow and not next week. But what is it that you love about planning events and the rental industry, doing the rentals, and what are you so excited to get back to?
I cannot wait to go to a site visit and hug every single person there. I cannot wait. So there's that. What I love most about, I can't wait. I just can't wait. Like,
well, you like lean in like you're gonna tell me something super secretive, like
this. I cannot. Just whoever is that poor client that's at that first site visit is gonna
be like, hi.
I can't wait to get back to I don't know, the juggling, like wearing trying to keep it all straight and going at full speed, and creativity, logistics, like just what I love most about rentals specifically is that we are at different venues. We are with different clients. We are doing different types of events. We are doing down and dirty. We are doing super fancy, like that we get to do all parts of the industry. And so I can't wait to get back to that, where it's not just like an industrial tent for someone to change into their uniform, like, getting to doing all of it. And I really think, so what I hate Pinterest because I think it's a place where good ideas.
That's where we disagree. I love Pinterest, but
what bugs me about it is that the more something is pinned, the more popular it becomes. So I call it where cool and different ideas go to die, because it doesn't get it. When Pinterest first started, it was like the mason jars and burlap era.
Yeah,
and
I love that.
It got to the point where it was like there was no fresh new idea. I could have a client come in and they'd be like, so we're going to do rustic. And I was like, oh, well, I don't even need to sit through this meeting. I know exactly what you're going to pick out.
Yeah.
And so what I think is exciting about after this is that there's not any new content because nobody's having events. And so I am really hopeful that out of this is going to come a ton of new, super different, creative ideas that aren't just the same trend being recycled for a full year. I am really hopeful that we're going to have super cool, fresh, very different looking things and a ton of creativity that comes out of this. I'm excited to see, what the new trends are and how different and how much variety there is, I suppose, on the backside.
Yeah. No, I like that. I mean, I can see where, no, I totally see where you're going with that, because there are things that are like, that become like so trendy on there that are just like horrible ideas, that your, clients are like, oh, we should do that. You're like, that's just like not, it's just not, it's not a good look, whether or not it looks trendy on Pinterest. But I was thinking,
like so much of the same, like, I'm excited to see like almost like a rebirth of our industry and how much creativity is gonna come from that.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day about themes, because I don't have any themes to come up with for events right now. And I was thinking how I missed Comic-Con and how a superhero, like pop art, like kind of sort of, wouldn't that be so fun? Just to do something super bright. I mean, you don't have to have people like dressing up as superheroes, but kind of that like bang pow sort of element going on. Yeah. Love it.
I'm hopeful that it's going to be super, I don't know, a lot, just like that people are going to be so happy to be doing it that it's just going to be like,
it's going to be like, sensory overload, but like in a way where you're like, let's do it. We're all so excited. We can't. So excited to party. Okay, so what's on the horizon for Bright? What do you guys have coming up? Besides organizing the warehouse, you guys have some new products, or like what's new?
So we have some of the like health and hygiene products, like sanitizer stations, and we have these really nice like acrylic lucite screens for like the bartender to pass a glass under. So we have that. I mean, just, functional health and hygiene stuff. We did we were supposed to launch in mid-March, but that got postponed. So we just launched our new kids collection, which is so cute.
I've seen the posts. Yes.
Little chairs and little farm tables, little couches. It's so cute. And it's all fun and colorful and bright. So we did just do that. And then I mean, next for us is, when we start to see an uptick, we're really excited to start bringing people back.
Yeah.
But hopefully that is sooner than not.
I know. Yeah. Well, I'm excited for the new stuff. I did see the kids stuff and had one of my daughter's birthday. She turned 2 last month, and my other daughter is turning 5 next month. She cannot decide on the theme of her party, nor am I sure whether or not we should really dive into it, because I would hate for her to get so excited and then we can't have anybody together. But she's been talking about her party theme for like 6 months now, so she's definitely drinking from the Kool-Aid of
my niece attended a Zoom karaoke birthday party, which is amazing.
Oh my God, how do you do
they
that?
all submitted their songs ahead of time, and then everybody took turns like cutting to you are technology savvy enough that you'd be able to figure this out. I would not.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah. I mean, it's not a bounce house with like an Elsa coming up and showing up, but since we can't do that, maybe Zoom karaoke, that would be super fun. Great idea.
I am sure Elsa would still be willing to Zoom.
Oh my God, if I could get Elsa to Zoom.
Look at this. We planned the party.
Well, when we have all the time on our hands. I miss that too. I do miss going back to one of your earlier points of just the running around, because I've just been doing that for so many years. I mean, it was nice for a little bit to be like slow down for a second, because I feel like I haven't took a breath in like the last 5 years since I had 2 kids and started, 2 businesses. And so it was nice for a second to be like, okay, but now I'm like, just wish I had, a little bit more to do. I
hope like we were considering competitive soccer for both of the kids right before this all starts. This all hit. Both kids had been asked it, and it was going to mean like soccer practice 4 days a week, and it was going to mean, the full tournaments on the weekends. And I think this has made us say like, okay, we don't need to say yes to everything. Like having a little bit of a slower pace. It is nice, like figuring out, and I would say that more personally than professionally, but like personally, like understanding and feeling okay, not saying yes to everything and prioritizing quiet time. I think that has been something nice for us.
Nice. I don't know what quiet time is like yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
It's when you tell your husband to take both the kids to Target to pick out on your toys so you can do a video conference.
Shoot, you have all the good ideas. They're amazing. We should just have our own show every week. I'll just keep bringing you back.
Forever.
And we'll just coordinate our outfits and everything else. Okay, before we sign off, I always have everybody kind of do a shout out to any local vendors or partners that you want to kind of tip your hat to for acknowledgement.
So I'm going to give a shout out to your favorite local restaurant. So anybody's, and like our favorite restaurant, we live up kind of in San Marcos, by Cal State San Marcos, and our favorite restaurant is this cute place called My Yard Live, and it's so cute, and it has like an outside playground and like all these shuffleboard and ping pong and air hockey, like all the games and everything, and it's super casual, indoor outdoor. It's this great little spot. We love it, and the first time we went back to it, the manager, as we were leaving, I mean, he recognizes us. We're there, enough once or twice a month, probably. Mm-hmm. I'll get goosebumps. He for real got tears in his eyes and was like, I am just so happy to see you. Thank you for coming back. Like, he was so genuinely happy to have our business. We were there for lunch. Like we ordered, 4 sandwiches and like, it wasn't like we were big spending, but he was so sincerely happy and grateful for our business. So I will say, shout out to your local restaurant of choice. And if you want someplace fun to go, probably more after quarantine because the playground's closed. But, and then in the industry, I'm going to give a shout out to, dear, dear, dear friends, the Richards family. So Lisa Richards, Blake and Taylor launched of Picnic People. They launched a new business called Cowgirl Q, and they launched it like on March 1st. And it's a high-end, super cool barbecue company. And Blake and Taylor both worked for us at Bright, and Lisa and Picnic People have been amazing, very loyal friend client since forever. And they're doing great work. And
I hadn't heard about that, but I will definitely link to that.
It's really cute and super styled really well. Creative menus, and they're kind of they're really excited to get into like the corporate, but also like maybe like the rehearsal dinner market. The welcome party kind of in the social birthday, that kind of stuff.
Oh my God. Doing a Western party with a mechanical bull would be so fun.
Let's do it.
Let's just sit here and plan parties all day.
Probably.
Right? Why not? Okay. Well, you gave me an idea. I'm going to do a shout out to Smoking Goat in North Park. It's one of my favorite restaurants. My husband used to work there. They also have one door north, and they're right there, like in North Park, kind of close to Balboa Park. And they've been, expanded to the parking lot, and they built like this like parklet that's super cute, and the food's amazing. And we went there a couple weeks ago for dinner, and I almost cried because I was so happy to have someone else like cook dinner and do the dish, like procure the food and then make it and then do the dishes. The server kept coming over and he's like, "How are you?" I'm like, I'm just so happy. just so happy that it was just me and my husband. Like I'm like, I don't have to clean up after anybody right now. I can just sit and eat and enjoy. And it was pretty lovely. And I want to go back. And that was like 2 weeks ago. So I think about it often. It's great to go out there and support local restaurants, because I think a lot of them are doing creative things to even get around the indoor dining things. And it's the perfect time of year. And we should get out and support them too, for sure. Well, my love, you are amazing, and it's been so great talking to you. I want to thank you for doing this. I think it is really special that you are taking the time to bring us together and to give us a platform to chit chat and have fun and share and be creative together. I think it's really special that you are taking the time to do this. So thank you. Thank you. I came out of like just wanting to connect with everybody, because I'm like, I miss talking to people, and want to just see how everybody's doing and check in. So, keep us posted on what you guys have got going on in Bright, and hopefully I can plan that Western party soon, or maybe my pop art party, whatever.
We'll do it in the Bright parking lot when we're allowed to do a blowout. Get that mechanical ball going.
I will be there with my purse.
We'll be on standby.
Totally.
All right, friend. Thank you for having me.
All right, honey. Have a good weekend. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.